Listen, sometimes you buy a book and you're over there cheering about it and your pocketbook's right along there with you, and other times you buy a book and you're over there cheering about it and your pocketbook's in the background bawling. Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm doing a book haul, but it's a unique kind of book haul because it showcases the two very different book buying habits we have. That's all I'm going to explain, so let's just get right into it and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this first big stack of books I got for $4. My library has a used bookstore upstairs and I take advantage of it frequently. These first two books I'm going to show you I got for 50 cents each. 50 cents each, guys. That's 2 quarters. The first one I have is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, and this book is one that I can't really tell you about, even though I've heard a lot about it. It's a queen. She has a kingdom, but she's like not around for her kingdom, but she still has the kingdom, so she's like fight for her kingdom. Something like that. Anyway, I've heard good things about it, plus the cover is gorgeous. I think this is the anniversary edition, plus it has one of those fancy ribbon bookmarks. And it is beautiful, and I think I'll enjoy it, and it was 50 cents. Next one I have is The Spirit Glass Charade, a Stoker and Holmes novel by Colleen Gleason. And this book I know absolutely nothing about, but it says Stoker and Holmes. We all know who Holmes is, and Stoker is like Bram Stoker, like the author of Dracula, like my favorite classic ever. So I'm excited. I think they solve mysteries or crimes or something along those lines, and I don't know, but I want to read it as soon as possible. Although I did find out, which I will tell you about in a second, that this is actually the second book in a series. But still, only 50 cents. Next book I have is The Mystery of Edwin Drood by Charles Dickens. As you might know, I love Charles Dickens, especially A Christmas Carol. I like mysteries. It's Charles Dickens. It's a mystery, and it's also super cute looking, and it was also only $1. So I don't know why you would think I wouldn't buy this. The next book I have is Billy Budd and Other Short Stories by Herman Melville. Now I actually read some of these short stories for my literature class this past semester in college, and when I saw this and it had those short stories, I had to buy it. Even though I didn't like particularly love any of them, I liked them okay, and this was cute, and it matches. They kind of match. The last one I have is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and again, it's very cute. I haven't read it yet, but I've been wanting to read it. Plus, I don't think this was supposed to have painted edges, but it has painted edges and they're blue, so why would I not get it for $1? So again, I got this whole stack for $4. Now on to my other stack. First, let's take a moment to appreciate this kitty. How are you, buddy? Hey, look up. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. You haven't been on here in a while. Yes, those are my pajama pants. That's about the same. I really shouldn't move the camera because I can never get it back to the same spot. The next book I have is Ghostly Tales, Spine-Chilling Stories of the Victorian Age, illustrated by Bill Bragg. So let me explain. My sister recently had a gymnastics meet, and since I was still off school, I decided to tag along. It was down in Galveston, Texas, and I brought some books with me. The first book I finished on the car ride down, so then I decided I would start this book, which is the other book I brought with me, until I discovered that it's the second book in a series. And I couldn't figure out if it was the kind of series where it wouldn't make much of a difference if I started on the second book, but I didn't want to just start on the second book because I knew I'd probably get lost and then not like it as much and then So I was like, man, I need to get another book. If you're ever in Galveston, you should definitely go to the Strand, which is kind of like their downtown area. And on the Strand there is a store called Hindley Market, which I love. And in it was this book, this glorious book, this $23 book. So I bought this book. And okay, like $23, a lot of people spend $23 on books, I guess. But I am usually very, very cheap with my books. Hence all the $1.50 books I buy, and how I basically only buy books from bargain sites, and so I get books late because I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait until they go on sale for like at least $3. It can sometimes be a problem. And I honestly don't really know where I'm going with this, but I'm just kind of showing how I can be sucked in by a gorgeous cover and the need for a book. Could I have waited? Yes. Could I have asked to go to a different store? Yes. Did I? No. In this book's defense, it is gorgeous, and it also has a fancy ribbon bookmark, although my other fancy ribbon bookmark was 50 cents. And I'm only like 3 short stories in, but they're all fantastic so far. So this really was a great buy. Just more than I normally pay. So these are all of the books I've gotten recently. Not all of them. I feel like there's probably some other random ones I picked up and haven't shown y'all. But these were all close enough to me buying them that I figured I should show them, plus so drastically different in prices that I figured I should show them. Okay, but it makes sense. I needed a book to read. This was a book to read. And it's illustrated. Each short story has a picture before that kind of like tells you about the short story. So this is a great book. It was just very expensive. So that's it for this video. Comment down below if you have ever done something like that where you normally buy books cheap, but then there's just one book that you gotta have, or you need a book to read. You don't have a book to read, so it's a crisis. You gotta have a book. Yeah, comment down below, but me feel better about that purchase. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all again in another one soon.